Sul Sul Seers, and welcome to SeeJamieSim. I'm Jamie, and today we are going to be doing our starter home challenge, and we are in Brindleton Bay. Brindleton Bay is where all the pet stuff came from, so here we go. We are building on a 20 by 30 lot, and we are building down on the, I want to say boulevard, but I think it's probably the dock. But anyway, you can see where I start to be super duper, ambitious, and then I need to come back down to earth because this happens every time, and I run out of money pretty quickly. Oh yeah, this is not gonna be anything like what it ends up looking like. So just a free warning there. It ends up being one story and not quite as ambitious as this is. I don't know why I always think that 20,000 is going to go way farther than it does, but it happens every time. And every time I have to come back down to earth again. You would think after doing, gosh, how many of these now? I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be my 7th, maybe. I'd have to look, but yeah, it's at least been 7, and every time, still a surprise that I run out of money and am ridiculous. So yeah, you can see that this instantly becomes a 1-story house, and then I make it even smaller. So yeah, it's super annoying, and I hate it every time. But so yeah, Brindleton Bay, we're building down on the docks, and I am starting over here now. I probably don't need to show you where I mess up, but I think it's like part of the, it's part of it. I kind of feel like it's definitely, because you always think you have more money than you do. And that goes for real life as well. And I know that this ends up being a little bit smaller, but but I really, really like Brindleton Bay as the world, except for it is always rainy. If I could not have the constant rain while I'm building, that would be super great. And it is a little bit annoying, but you just do what you can do. So here we are doing a porch moment, and we have the 1 bedroom. And I think we end up making the bathroom a little bit smaller, because I think we end up making the house a little bit smaller. It's been a little while since I did this. I recorded this a while ago, and now I'm just circling back to doing the voiceover, which seems to be happening a lot lately. But I really, really like Brindleton Bay as a world. And gameplay wise, with dogs and cats and all of that. But yeah, so anyway, I know that we are going to have a living room, we're going to have a bedroom, we are going to have a bit of a closet, I believe, unless I kind of lose it like I did before. Yeah, so you can see here I am making everything smaller. And still trying to keep the spirit of the original that can be kind of hard to do. So yeah, I do remember having to get rid of like parts of the house. I cannibalized it quite a bit. And I think that I ended up running out of money before I could put back steps on the porch. So hopefully you'll forgive me for that. But yeah, so here we are. We have to roof it. And yeah, so it does its thing here. I think I was trying to get way too ambitious on some of this. But yeah, so because we have it on the wooden parts of the dock, there wasn't a whole lot of like putting out, I couldn't do a lot of the landscaping the way I normally would do it. I actually had to put a kind of setting out certain plants that were in planters kind of deal. This bathroom is one of the better bathrooms I think I've done in the starter home challenges that I've been doing. And I really, really ended up liking the bigger bathroom, just because it's just a change. And, I'm trying to make all of these different enough where you could put each starter home in your worlds and even the same world, and they would be different enough where you could, be set. So yeah. And I know that we have a little pause here, so you can kind of see the divider wall that I'm putting up for the shower. You can see the little bump outs where we have those big windows, which I think I put some of these. There you go. Put some curtains there. Have it be nice. I really, really like the yellow in here, because it's been kind of rare that I've been able to use these big windows, just because it normally doesn't make any sense, price wise. And I do like me some of these big windows. So I think in Solani too, I use some pretty big windows. But yeah, so we're trying to get our house looking put together. There is going to be a living room, a dining room, the kitchen. Oh yeah. I forgot how much I liked this particular house. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too. There's a lot of rugs that need to be placed, and using a lot of this light furniture is also a good change. I use a lot of the darker wood colors in a lot of my builds, so whenever I get the chance to use use this kind of stuff, I'm always really, really excited. I use just so many different types of rugs. I kind of think I went overboard with rugs, but is what it is. So yeah, you can see that the big rug is taking up a lot of space for the living room and dining room, and kind of combining those into one. I know that I end up using another rug underneath the computer. But yeah, it's a little hard to remember. I think I did this like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Oh, and I ended up, since it was Brindleton Bay, I decided to put a cat into the house, you know, just because it makes more sense. And you know, you're in the world where all the pets are, you might as well put them in there. I forgot that I did that, and I'm so happy I did, because, you know, it just gives it a little bit more personality. But yes, all of the rugs, all of them, pretty much, I feel like. Yeah, I really, really liked the inside of this house a lot more than I've liked some of my other ones. So I really feel like it feels like a complete house, as opposed to a complete house because I've run out of money. And I'm glad that the bathroom was so big that I could put the cat litter in there and do all that. And I mean, at this point we have, you know, over $3,000, which is very rare at this point. So we get to put some finishing touches on a lot of this stuff. And we're putting in a dresser. We have a bookshelf. We have lights and lamps and all sorts of other things. But you know, I think if I do another series like this, I'll probably do homes that just have the base game and the pack that it came with for each world. That would be a fun thing. I might end up doing that for like tiny houses. That would also be a fun one. And yeah, so we are looking at just a bunch of finishing touches here, adding in color, because it was pretty one note with these yellows. But I am posting on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday, so if you will remember to like, comment, subscribe, check it out, share it, whatever you feel like, that really helps me out, especially on YouTube, since I've been you know, not doing Twitch lately just because it's kind of time consuming. And if you do have any recommendations on what sort of other challenges I should be doing, just let me know, and I will be sure to check those out too. I guess we did get some back steps. I must have remembered. Maybe it was another house I forgot. But yeah, we're just putting out just a few planters so we can get all of that done here and finishing touches. So do check out my Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch, SeeJamieSim. I know since you're here, you probably found me on YouTube. And I have been doing collaborations and different shell challenges for different YouTubers as well. So working with them has been really, really fun. And so thank you for checking everything out today for our starter home challenge for Brindleton Bay. Thanks for watching. If you could like, comment, or subscribe, that would help me out a bunch. If you'd like to see another video, go ahead and click in the top right-hand corner under Want to See More. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky, and YouTube under SeeJamieSim. Bye-bye.